Hi, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to explore how to use VLOOKUP accurately. So, for those who are new to VLOOKUP is a formula that can help us retrieve some information based on the table. Let's just do a quick run through on how VLOOKUP can be used. So over here, I have a table containing some sample data. And yeah, so this data can be in another sheet, but just to make things simple, I have put all the data over here. So you can see that there's a serial ID, which looks really complicated. And then there's the result. And also I have color-coded them into three main categories. All right, so what VLOOKUP can do is that it can allow you to retrieve the result based on the serial ID. So right over here, let's say I'm going to copy this over. I would like the formula to be able to retrieve that, hey, this 18.90.1490 should give us a result of apple, right? So let's just code the formula together. Firstly, press the equal sign, type in VLOOKUP. And at this point in time, you can actually click this, or before that, you can actually click on that. It actually gives you a prompt over here to how to fill in this formula. A little trick is that you can also click on this button and it will actually provide you with the guide to input the respective values. So let me just quickly input the respective values. So the first column is where to look up for the value. So we want to look up for this value. So let's click on this, comma, go on to the next set, which is the table array. This table array refers to which table should we refer to. So let's select this. So this is the table that we will want. Add in a comma. So the results that we would like to retrieve is on which column of this table. So in this case, it's the second column, right? So let's put in number 2. And the range lookup is a very confusing one, right? So over here, you can have true or false, whether it's a approximate match or exact match. Okay, so in many a times we will assume that we will put true for this case, and let's try that. And you realize that, hey, the result that came out is Lego, but Lego is actually this serial ID, which is totally not what we have wanted over here. So what is the problem, right? So in actual fact, the problem lies in the last component, which a lot of times we assume that true should be the value because we want this result to be accurate, right? But instead, we should actually code in the value of false. And in most cases, I like to use the number 0, which will allow us to retrieve the correct information. So in order to just prove that our code is correct, let's copy all the serial number across and drag down the result. And you see that this result is pretty accurate. But at this point, I'd like to highlight one word of caution. As you do this type of quick input by double clicking on this, or for some, you may want to click and drag this down. You might have noticed that there is some slight changes in the code. You notice that the table array is also changing. So for those people who are starting out with Excel, do remember to add in a $ at the front to help you lock the figures so that Excel will not automatically change the values. So you can see over here, when I click on the next table, you will see that this is A5 and C17, right? And the value actually increases as I go down the line. So right now, after I add in the $, I can double click on this. Well, there's no fundamental change, right? But you can see that this table array has now been locked. All right, so what's the moral of this sharing? So remember to add the 0 at the end, especially if you're doing data analytics job like me, where I realized that some of the results came out not very accurate, and only to realize that, oh, it's actually an issue with my VLOOKUP. And yeah, that's it for this video. Give it a like if it is helpful, and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more of such content, and wishing everybody a great day ahead. Take care and goodbye.